Well, this can't be a good sign. Nose down, ass up on a forklift is never good. Welcome back to Fixed Dish, everybody, and here I am working on a DP50 with the DragLink steer system. This is not a super common system anymore. In fact, you'll probably rarely run across it. It is a very unique style, very prone to failure, very prone to wearing out, a lot of it due to lack of maintenance. In this case today, the bent cylinder looks like it may have happened possibly from a nut coming loose and this steer link falling over. You'll see here in a little bit that it looks like it may have caught the frame. That's probably what bound up the steer system and bent the cylinder. Now, these steering systems do have somewhat of a particular way that they're set up. Thankfully, I'm not setting up a whole new axle, just the steer cylinder. So I just need to make sure that the steering stops are set up correctly and that I'm not steering through the end of the stroke once you steer all the way out with the rod in the extended position. That's when it's most prone to failure. Now, one of the downsides of having a cylinder bent like this is getting it out. Can't quite get it out by turning it out, which is the way that you install it, well, because it's bent. So my solution to this, because I have a whole new cylinder, is we're going to cut that chrome rod in half and make short work of this thing. Usually I'd use like a Sawzall or cutoff wheel. Don't feel like making sparks or wrestling with the Sawzall. So I've done this long enough now that I've got some more bougie tools for myself, and we're going to use the Portaband. Well, I had to wrestle this a little bit, so I had to climb underneath there, get a little better bite at it. About 95% cut through, and I just kind of wiggled it back and forth and broke it off. Okay. Now, should be able to... And this sucker is fine threaded and long-winded, so finally got that pulled out of there. But right here, this is that part of the frame I was telling you about. Definitely deformed. Looks like it may have caught the frame and pulled it. And my guess is it fell over behind it and then bound up. So this part's really funny. I went back and looked at my previous notes because I PM'd this like maybe 2 months ago. And I thought, man, if this was just loose like that, how did I miss that? And I didn't. I actually wrote it up and sent it to the customer to let them know that there was something wrong with the steering and that it needed fixed to prevent damage. Well, guess what? They get to pay for it anyways. So this is the cylinder mount into a ball joint in the frame, and there's the backup nut. So the ball joint actually threads into the back of the cylinder, and that ball joint looks in halfway decent shape. So I think we're going to go ahead and keep it in there. All right, so here's my plan of attack. Take my hydraulic lines off, you know, something like that. And then I broke this nut loose so I don't have to take the ball joint off. Now, I just give this a little twisty do. We'll just take that cylinder off, eh? And ta-da! Got that pulled off there. Now, what I'm gonna do, these things do have a specific setup to them. So I'm gonna get this next cylinder set up in there, but I gotta get this either straightened out or cut off. Let's see if I can straighten it out. I think I'm gonna have to end up cutting it off though. Okay, so got that cut off there. Got it buffed out so that way there's no sharp burrs or anything. Well, here's a problem. The service manuals are not available online. They used to be. So I've done enough of these. I know about them. I know how to stop them from binding. Let's see how close I can get. So that definitely makes things slightly more interesting. So now I'm going to have to try to set it up the way that I remember. And I know how to make it stop from hitting the steer stops, which is what bends the cylinder typically, or binding up. That part's not that bad, but actually setting it up the way that they want you to set it up, it's going to be a little more interesting. So this is not a new axle, so I shouldn't have to set up too much, and it looks like everything kind of stayed in place as far as the tie rod ends go. So I just need to really stop the cylinder from binding up. So I have the new cylinder in there, so my idea worked for getting it out of there. Didn't have to take the ball joint off. And I got my nut transferred over. So what I'll do is I'll get it hooked in here, and I'm like 99% sure that this flag goes up. Some people put it in with the flag down and it puts it in a bind with steering. So I believe that's correct. And I'm just gonna tighten up this guy because it was loose. Okay, so now that we have this cylinder started, we'll wing this in most of the way on the shaft here. And hopefully I can put this in the right way. That'd be cool if I couldn't. Oh yeah. Having shorter wrenches helps sometimes. Speed this part up. Because I'm looking at it backwards, it looks weird. It looks like I'm loosening, but because the threads are opposite of me, in this case it's lefty-tighty. And then once we get this put on here, we'll see if we can stroke it without hitting the steering stops, which would be ideal. And we're gonna try to set this up as best we can with the knowledge we have. And then this steering flag I need to have pointed straight up by the time I'm done. I just have it kind of cinched down towards the back just so I can hold it right this moment. This part's super fun to get started. You need like 8 hands to do it. And if you like this type of content, make sure you tell your friends about me by sharing the video. Like, subscribe, and comment down below. I think they caught something, or this got loose and the steering flag fell over like this and caught the frame like that and bound up, and that's what bent the cylinder. Because any binding on this, you'll bend this thing like immediately. Like, it really doesn't take much. This thing's got to be free or it don't work well. Roughly set up here, and you do need some fairly big wrenches to do this. Like the nut back here is 1¼ inch, 1 7/16. That's like a 1 1/16, and then this guy over here, that's 1 5/16 inches. I don't know why they have so many different size nuts on this, whatever. But you can see I have my flag pointing up, which is where it's supposed to be. And then we're steered straight currently, and we're going to go ahead and start it up. Our main goal is to see, these are the steer stop adjustments. On the other side is where it actually will contact the steer stops. We want to prevent bottoming. We want to prevent bottoming out on the steer stops before we run out of stroke on the cylinder. We want to run out of stroke and hit the steer stops at the same time, because you don't want to steer through the steer stops or you'll bend the cylinder again. Now you ask, how are you going to steer? And watch that. I'm gonna lift the hood up, do it that way. We will start with starting this up, and we will steer backwards first. Because bottoming out backwards doesn't hurt the cylinder, it's just fully shut. So there we are, we're all the way in. Let's go see. There's your steer stop adjustment. It's hard to tell, but that's where this part contacts that part. Before we do that, fully steer to the left. Is anything touching? No. Everything's clear. So now let's go steer the other way. Make sure we're not hitting. stroke left because I'm still pushing, even though I'm on my steer stop, but I have steering left. So I'm on my steer stop, but I have steering left. However, I think what has happened is the tie rods have moved. I believe these are wrong. One of the reasons why I think that is look how parallel that wheel is. Like, you can't steer like that. I think that's incorrect. Then you can see flag clears. But you can see where the original piece of steel was that I cut out. It wouldn't have touched anyways being up here. And we're not contacting anything down here, so we're good down there. So I know my cylinder's installed correctly. I might be able to shorten it up a little bit. I might be able to shorten my stroke up a little bit, and that might help. So I'm going to try that first. I think I see the issue. If I look at this tire, I actually have it kicked in a little bit, but it's mostly straight. And that one's kicked way in. So I think my tie rods have actually gotten out of adjustment over time. I gotta see if the nuts are loose or not. I just need to lock everything down and then we're done. Alright, so there we go. That's the steering on drag link steering on a DP50. So these are far and few between anymore. And turns out that the books aren't available right now. They used to be. I'm not sure where they're at. We got paper books. Need to get those figured out. But as of right now, I know it steers, it doesn't bind. So immediately nothing's going to get damaged. And we're good to go. So we're going to send this sucker on our way. Only 20,000 hours, 19,085. Just getting broke in, baby. Tired, done, time to go home. See you guys next time on Fix-ish.